Hello YouTube and welcome back to my channel. I am your girl, Viewable, across all my social media platforms. If you would, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel, thumbs up my video, and of course, get a conversation started with me down in the comment section below. But here we are again with James Charles. I said I wasn't going to do this. I said I wasn't going to really get in too deep with this story. I said I wasn't. And then he uploaded that video yesterday. Girl, let's get into it. Keep watching.
You might be the one taking me home. One thing really lead to one.
So where can we begin? I did a couple of commentaries on my channel in reference to James Charles and this situation. Just to bring you guys up to speed for you guys who may not know, here in the past few weeks, he's been accused and allegedly interacting with underage guys. And it's not really alleged because he admitted to it. He confirmed it. He did a notepad apology and just all this other stuff. And then he tried to go to David Dobrik route and just try to kind of just kind of move on with his life and just hopefully to die down. That didn't happen. Oh, Jesus. I don't even know what to say, guys. It's just more or less like we've been here before. We've done this before. It's the apology video that's prompted me to come have this conversation. Because for the past 2 years, even slightly before Tati's video, the whole Bye Sisters, video, it was just like, people have been telling him, it's hundreds of videos on YouTube, it's thousands of posts on social media. People have been telling him time and time again, you're too old, you're too grown for that BS. When that whole Bye Sister situation happened, a lot of people kind of gave him, I'm not going to say gave him a pass, but they didn't come down as heavy on him because they was like, oh, he's just a child, he's just growing up. Boo, the boy is 21 years old now. He was 19 then. Stop playing. He's grown. And he grew up in the era of social media. He grew up in the era of fame. So he actually grew up a whole lot faster than you and I. If you were born in the 70s, 80s, or 90s, or early 90s, he grew up a whole lot faster than us. We were still kitty-minded, doing kitty stuff. You know what I'm saying? He's been at a grown level since he was 16-ish going into 17 years old. So, no, I'm not here for it. That excuse is not going to skate with me. Anyway, both of the young men who came out, we confirmed he had interactions with. Interactions is he had inappropriate conversations. They sent inappropriate pictures and different things like this. I'm like, child pornography, child pornography, child pornography. We've been telling you for over 2 years that you're a narcissist and that you're a predator. And this apology video is textbook narcissism. And I don't understand how you're doing an apology video. And he started out right. Again, I think he still needs to fire his entire PR team. He need to get a new manager, a new social media manager, because it's not working. But whoever you got around you, the team you have built around you, either you're missing a piece or you built the wrong team around you. He decided that it would be a great idea to do the David Dobrik style apology video. Hey guys, I'm alone and it's like 12:50 something in the morning. Well, we don't care about that. We care about what you have to say in reference to this situation, since your post and all this other stuff leading up to this in the past 2 weeks has not been suffice. No one cares about that. And instead of doing his normal video like how he would normally do with his normal James Charles style, like upbeat energy and fast talking and everything, he's like, hi guys. So I just want to go ahead and talk to you about. I'm like, turn the God. Can y'all hear this? Why the volume so low? And I don't understand why an apology video, if you put all your time, energy, and resources to presenting dynamic content here on YouTube with the lights, the background, the way you look, if you take the time and energy to present yourself correctly, why in an apology video do you feel like you need to go look like you just rolled out of bed or you're homeless and the lighting isn't correct, like all of that? If you took time to sit down and turn on your camera, then it's other things around you that you have to do as well with that. It just blew my mind. I was like, oh, so this is the apology video at this point, 3.0, and this time we're in a stupid gray hoodie. Okay, great. I was like, the inappropriate activity with the young boys a lot of people were saying, you know, he was using his fame and power to influence them. He was like, no, no, no. They came, you know, they reached out to me first, you know, different things like that. And I'm sitting up here like, this is supposed to be your apology. I definitely get you want to do an explanation. I'm glad he didn't come with receipts and everything, you know, that he did with the No More Lies video. I'm glad he didn't do that production style of a video with this one. But these are serious charges, serious allegations that you admitted to. And this James Charles situation, it showed me two things. One, he's not going to be canceled. At this point, if he had been canceled in the past 2 years and if companies just have not completely dropped him and stopped working with him, if the grown-ups who followed him haven't unfollowed him at this point, then, I mean, at this point, I'm not going to say somebody's uncancelable, but of everything that's happened, it would have been happened by now. Yeah, I mean, it would have been happened by now. I'm just disgusted with the whole story. I'm disgusted with James Charles. I'm disgusted hearing this. You know, it's for the past 3 weeks. I'm just disgusted. But the biggest thing that I wanted to come talk to you guys about in the video isn't James Charles' inappropriate interactions with his fans, with his underage fans, and how far those interactions go. For me, is that we don't protect our boys the way we would protect our girls. And I don't care if they're gay. I don't care what color they are. I don't care anything about that. If we're talking about an underage child, whether it's 14, 15, 16, 17, they're still an underage child. And I hate the fact that we don't protect our boys like we protect our girls. Because had it been a 17-year-old girl and a 21-year-old older, bigger TikToker going after this 17-year-old girl, we would be losing our crap. Or, you know, I don't know if it's the fact that a lot of people kind of just don't understand the severity of the situation because he's gay, going after gay guys, bisexual guys, or guys who were straight. If it's because of that whole LGBTQ question mark stigma that kind of goes along with that, where most people just aren't really giving it the justice for the situation that it deserves. I don't understand where we go from here. I don't understand how is this even allowed to even keep happening. And damn it to hell if Morphe didn't go post the James Charles palette up on their social media and everybody was like, did you read the room? Are you tone deaf? They did take the post down 2 hours later, but still, it's just like, I don't get it. Guys, I don't get it. His apology video, I had to watch on 1.5 speed because he was talking slower and lower than what he normally do, and I don't have time for that. But his apology video that he just put up yesterday, I'm filming this on a Friday. I think it's like 4 o'clock, something like that, on a Friday. This is April 2nd. I'm filming this video. I don't understand how in his apology, he became the victim. You know, I now realize that's what... I'm so sick and tired of like Governor Andrew Cuomo, James Charles, Jeffree Star, like all of the apologies always come. I now realize, no, it's 2021. In 2015, you knew better than to sexually harass people. You knew better than to go after underage people. And all of the boys he went after, they look like kids. One of the boys even had his age up in his bio, and that age had been up in his bio 1.5 years, 2 years earlier. So it was no way you could not have known this boy was 16 at the time. I'm just like, oh, I cannot. So... his changes, in his apology video, he started talking about how he was going to make changes. The changes he should have made 2 years ago, obviously it didn't happen for him because he fell on the cross of, I'm lonely. He fell on the cross of, I'm desperate. You know, everything else is going just fine and perfect in my life, but my love life is in shambles, so I got desperate. And I'm sitting up here looking like that's you trying to turn the situation on its heels as a narcissist would, and somehow or another come out of this situation as the victim. Nah, boo, that's not what we like. We're not going to let predatory behavior from a narcissist somehow or another change the narrative until now you're the victim. There are a lot of people out here who are single. There are a lot of people out here who are lonely, but we don't go out here and do desperate stuff. He chooses to entertain and spend most of his time now on a platform that is 80% children. 80% children, TikTok. He chooses to spend a bulk of his time with other TikTokers who are young TikTokers, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's who he chooses to hang around. And that's also the platform he chooses to spend the bulk of his energy creating content for. So with that being said, if you're out here dating and you're using your followers as a pool of dating, then 80% of that pool is children. I don't understand how you don't think you're not going to get caught up in a predatory situation when 80% of the people who follow you, who entertain you, who interact with you, who leave comments, who buy your merch are all under the age of 18. To me, I'm just like, I don't get it. If you want to meet people your age, in the video he said he wanted to find someone around his age or older that would be able to understand and accept him and his lifestyle and make him laugh. And again, I fall back on the cross of, you are a multimillionaire living out in California or anywhere here in the United States or anywhere in the world. There are a ton of matchmakers that you can actually go ahead and hire these matchmakers to find perfect dates for you. People who should be perfect for you. Y'all just need to get together and see if y'all chemistry and vibes connect. There is no reason why you're out here trolling Tinder. You're out here trolling Instagram. You're out here trolling TikTok. You're out here trolling Snapchat because he said that their interaction started on Snapchat. And I'm just like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I appreciate the fact that he didn't further expose either one of these young men, even though we all know them. I did not like the fact that James Charles, for some odd reason, thought it was going to be a great hunky-dory idea to be like, moving forward, I'm going to be asking for IDs. I'm going to be asking for passports. I'm going to do my due diligence moving forward. He didn't know, he didn't realize that the dynamic and shift of, his fame, his power, and his money could unintentionally cause someone to be starstruck and enamored by him and do things they normally wouldn't do. And I'm like, in every interaction that's come forward, not the first time, not the second time, not the third time, not the fourth time, not the fifth time, every last interaction that's come forward, whether they were, two of them was lying and trying to get clout, but three of them were actually telling the truth. But it's been other situations, even outside of those 5 situations, every time, even with the proof that you would put up or the proof that they would put up, you were the aggressor in the situation. You were like, well, if you can't fly out here, he even did a video to where, well, if you can't fly out here, then there's nothing we can do. You clearly don't make the type of money I make. And if you can't fly out here and see me, like, that's a whole lot of pressure for someone who is a celebrity. He's at the end of the day, you guys have got to realize YouTube stars at this point in 2021, they're a celebrity in their own right. But it's a lot of pressure for a celebrity, a multi-million-dollar celebrity, to be like, well, if you can't fly out here, da 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 da. That's a lot of pressure. And that's something that narcissists do. Narcissists will sit there and try to pressure you into situations, or they'll try to make you feel bad about the situation, even though they clearly said, I don't feel comfortable coming out there. I don't feel comfortable flying out there. And then he snapped him like, well, then I don't know what you want us to do. And I'm sitting up here like, the only reason why I wanted to talk about this James Charles video is, one, he's not the victim. We're not going to run with that narrative. Nothing about the situation is him being the victim. I think we need to realize in this particular instance, there are 2 very real victims. 2 that apology was trash. It was trash. And the only people who are open and receptive to that apology is going to be his underage fans that are now sitting at like over 25 million here on YouTube and his Instagram and his TikTok. Like, the only people who are receptive to that type of apology will be his young fans. Because if you are grown minded or over the age of 18 and grown minded, then at this point, it's not where there's smoke, there's fire. All James Charles did was take the 2019 saga of the Tati Bai sisters, and he took and moved that fire, because back then we was always saying, where there's smoke, there's fire. Where there's smoke, there's fire. James Charles had the opportunity to pick that fire out, grow, and become a better person and move forward. He didn't do that. He took that fire from 2019 and moved it over here. Meanwhile, the smoke trail is still trailing to where you are now. And instead of putting the fire out over here, he just flamed it. He flamed the flames. He fanned the flames and just kept just doing stuff. And I'm just like, even in his own video, he admitted to it. Even in prior posts and prior conversations, he admitted to it. And half of me, the moral human part of me is like, thank God he admitted to it so we can go ahead and try to address the situation and try to move forward and get some justice and move forward. But the other part of me, the PR side of me, is like, why would you hop on anything and admit to anything? The best bet is for you to just shut up and let your attorneys handle the situation, just whatever it may be. And I'm just like, I don't understand his team, how they allow him to constantly do these videos, put up these posts. Guys, I'm upset about the fact that this is a predatory situation. And I feel like most people aren't taking it serious because it's between two boys. Well, between a boy and a man. Or it has something to do with, this is a gay man hitting on young boys. And I kind of feel like, of all the commentators who's talking about the story, who's, giving their 2 cents, their 2 cents, their opinions on the story, we actually don't sit in the correct area to be able to give our true commentary and actually reprimand him. It's going to have to take the LGBTQ community to come out and actually be like, hey, this isn't cool, this isn't right. And it can't always be the exact same ones who always come out and say something. It has to be a group effort to correct the behavior or to distance themselves from the behavior. And James Charles is a gay white man. So most of the commentary that you guys have been seeing about the situation, some of it does come from gay white men, but a lot of it comes from women. A lot of it comes from people of color. So it's like, I can sit here and talk to you about a situation and scold you on a situation and try to guide you on a situation, but I'm not in your shoes. I don't walk that walk. I don't live that life. For me, I look at it like being a black person. For someone who is not a black person to comment on any black matters, any black activities, any black situations, I'm gonna need for you to shut the hell up, get your little goddamn sandwich and go sit over them sidelines. Because until you walk a inch in my black shoes, until you breathe a moment of air in my black nose, until you feel an ounce of anything that my heart feels as a black person, you can't really comment and commentary on my situation. So that's the way I feel about the James Charles situation coming from me as a black woman, because I'm not gay. So I've never experienced some of the loneliness he feels because of how hard it is for him to date because he's gay. I've never went through some of the ridicule, some of the craziness that I understand gay people go through. And I'm not a white guy. So I don't get some of the hate and craziness that he gets. You know what I'm saying? So I just wish the community as a whole, the LGBTQ question mark community, would actually come out, say something, do something in reference to the situation. Because these situation with James Charles, they actually point to a bigger problem for the LGBTQ question mark community, because there are a lot of gay guys who say they prefer to go after straight guys, and that leads to violence against the LGBTQ question mark community. That leads to higher attempted murder and murder rates against the LGBTQ question mark community. So I don't just see this as a capsulated experience involving James Charles. I see it as an echo of a bigger problem for the actual community. And I'm just like, you guys can't keep letting stuff like this happen. You just can't keep letting stuff like this just kind of sweep itself under the rug. Because what happens the next time, because it's going to be a next time, because he clearly doesn't learn his lesson, because nothing truly happens, so he'll never learn his lesson. Things are not going to change with him. But what happens the next time he hits on a guy who's straight, who's not interested, and for whatever reason they friends or family find out, and this guy could try to harm himself or go harm James Charles? That's the way I be thinking. That's exactly the way I be thinking. Like, it's a bigger problem. And it's not just involving the children who are victims in this situation. It's the LGBTQ question mark community, because there are other people who watch James who feel like this behavior is okay, it's appropriate, it's acceptable. It's not. Even though James Charles is a narcissist, he's a liar, doesn't learn his lesson, he's a predator, he constantly does predatory behavior, and he somehow or another likes to turn the situation around on himself to become the victim. Even with that stern judgment of him, I still feel sorry for him in the situation, because I know if something doesn't change, he's going to run into the right person one day, and that situation is going to go horribly wrong. Horribly wrong. Either that person is going to want to harm themselves, or the people in their lives are going to want to harm them because they think something about them, or that person is going to be so offended with James that he goes to harm James. And I'm just like, it's 2021. I am so over unnecessary abuse, unnecessary violence. Just it's so much that happens. It's so much that didn't happen this year alone. I can't believe we're sitting here having this conversation again. But for the people who actually know James Charles, who are actually in his circle, no, Tati didn't go about it the right way. But that's the thing about it. The truth and the lie are one and the same, meaning it doesn't care who tells it. So just because you don't like the person who's telling you the truth doesn't make the truth any less the truth. If a person is lying to you, it doesn't matter whether you like the person who's lying to you. A lie is a lie, and it don't care who tell it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, I just hope somebody in his crew, in his circle, someone thinks outside the moment of, hey, you could go to jail because this is what you just did was a crime twice. Even if you could think past that, they should be thinking about the fact that I'm scared for your safety. If you keep going down this path, you're going to run into the right one, and it's going to be a horrible situation. I just pray that someone around him can reach him. Because I don't care how messed up things are here on YouTube or how messed up things are in the real world. I don't want to see another person get harmed, get hurt, get ridiculed, get bullied. None of that. I'm not here for any of that. But that's the end of the video. That's my commentary in reference to the situation. I need him to grow up. I need him to do better. I need him to make better choices. And I need these brands that work with him to read the room. If you're not going to drop him and you're not going to cut ties with him, you might not want to post him on your social media. You might want to read the room for a moment. That will probably make more sense. But that's it, YouTube. Let me know how you guys feel about this whole James Charles situation. Again, again, bro. Just tell me in the comments. Anyway, YouTube, thank you so much for coming to spend some time with me and watch me. I don't care if you're watching me in the morning, afternoon, evening, or late at night. I'm just happy that you chose to come spend some time with the girl. And as always, thank you so much, YouTube. Until next time, be safe. Bye.